I need to drink tea, but after I've drank that tea, I need to give our first patron. Well, it's not our first patron shout because there's only one, and that only one person today is Abney Hawkley, which sounds like the name of a town in a horror movie. If you are a town from a horror movie, thank you. This is a horror channel, so you're quite on brand being here. But if you're not, thanks anyway.
Welcome to the Horror Hour.
We
all go a little mad. Forget you.
You are on the dark night. Here's Johnny. It's all for you.
Hello and welcome to the Horror Hour, the place where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts, George, and today I'm joined by my fellow co-host, who I haven't seen on one of these in a while. We've missed each other. It's Pugger. How are you, Pugger?
I'm good. I'm the next co-host to leave the show. How's everyone?
Well, no, in about a week, this will be the only. It will just be us two.
It'll just be us two. I'm doing well. I'm losing my voice, which is fun. So I might not have it by the end of the episode. We'll see.
You might just have to start signing. Do you know how to do that? Or just hold like a,
I know some sign language.
Do you?
Yep. The first one's this one.
Okay, and what's that? Hello? Oh, it is on Grindr. Anyway, today what we've done is something a little bit different, and I need to word it correctly because I was laughing at one of our most recent videos where Liam didn't word his correctly, and when Pugger was editing, he was like, "It's just you just keep changing what this
necklace,
is." Necklace, Miss Necklace. But today we are basically doing a what would we do horror movie edition. However, the difference is we are writing each other's. So we will be able to have a discussion after if we think we would react that way. But basically, the fun is, what do we think the other person would do in those either situations or movies or franchises?
Basically, we're running out of ideas. It's so hard to decide what we need to talk about horror every week. So please let us know in the comments.
Yes.
What future things do we need to talk about? Because we could be talking about favorite cats in horror or something in a couple of weeks. We're fucking lost, man.
It's gonna get to the point of like best in. It's gonna be like the award ceremony where it's like best supporting chair in a scene.
Yeah.
Like,
we're about to drop the horror and just be the hour.
Just the hour and just whatever. I still think, if there's any networks somehow stumbled upon this, why don't we pick up the
like
hour?
Fangoria or something?
Pick up the hour. We could have a plethora of hosts doing different things.
Dude,
you could have the Australian hour.
It's your show. You can literally drop the horror.
No, I mean it should expand like a universe, like the Hour universe. The HSCU, the horror, the Hour cinematic universe.
You need to stop.
No, okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? Sorry, it's a bit late and the gummy kicked in about 10 minutes ago.
You were talking about our topic for today, which was best supporting chair in a horror movie.
Yes, so I'm going to go first with the one in Hereditary around the dinner table because I feel like it stood out. No, so I'm going to go first with, I think I've got 4.
I've got 4 as well.
Oh my god, love this. So let's start. So I'm gonna go. My first one, I obviously had to do Scream, and so I've just done it like as a general. And I said that if Pugger was in Scream, he would probably incite Ghostface into an argument on the phone, and then would be the first person who Ghostface puts the phone down on. Like I can just imagine you being like, "Well, I don't really know what you want because I haven't even watched that horror movie yet. I'm doing it for the channel. Do you know what I mean?" And it's like.
That's good. I think I can agree. I would probably be like, what was it in Scream 4? He's asking like the questions, like the list, to Kirby, I think, or something.
Oh, when she lists all the movies because he's like, name.
Yeah, I would just be like, brother, it's not worth the time. Here's my address. Just come over.
Yeah, it was A Quiet Place 3, and you'd be like, dude, that's on my watch list. Like, I haven't even.
Dude, I haven't seen the second one.
Is it about Chucky?
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even probably answer half the Chucky questions. I forgot what happens in that franchise.
Who do you think out of all of us on the Horror Hour would be able to answer all the... Probably Utaka. The Ghostface's questions.
Honestly, I would say Nick.
Or actually, yeah.
Nick.
Sorry,
I think
I meant
Nick.
before he left.
You got to remember we did the Horror Hour Halloween quiz. Who was at the
Correct.
top there?
Yutaka and Nick, but Yutaka just by the
Exactly.
thread of his teeth during. That's actually that's the real reason David left the channel, was he still was bitter after not getting through. Yeah, I would say that would be how you would react.
I like that. That's
Thank
good.
you. I thought I started strong. They just get worse.
Okay, so I have 4 as well. One of them for me was also Scream.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to do that one last, but since you came out straight away with Scream, I'll add on to Scream as well. It's just Scream with George as the lead. The big twist, however, is that he is killed in the 4th film and doesn't have to be in what many consider lackluster sequels.
That is absolutely, that would be me.
But then I would also say, if you were the lead, I could see you in Scream 4 being revealed as the killer alongside Jill.
Oh, I would kill Jill and be like, a bitch. And actually, I wouldn't kill Jill. No, that's a lie. I would kill Charlie and be like, babe. No, I'd be like, no, let's go out. Yeah. I
Do
literally
you like
watched-
Charlie? Like, physically?
No, oh, sexually, absolutely. He is mad. Like, he looks like a... Like
Really?
Yeah, because he looks like he's just come off like a year's supply of ketamine. Like, that is... Like, I'm looking for,
Yeah,
like...
Recently, I figured out what your type is, and it's concerning.
Palliative you know
It's
what I
like
mean?
literally deathbed.
Yeah. It's like skinny, like long, like greasy hair, just like eyes sunken in. It's true. I don't know where it came from. I think it came from. I think it genuinely came from Spike when I was a kid, and I remember seeing Spike on the TV. But then I think like I know everyone's like, shit, I haven't seen it, and I've never seen the original. I don't know if you have. The new like Crow movie coming out.
I was going to watch the original actually next week.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's topical.
Yeah.
So like, I know a lot of people are like, Bill Scott, that's not the Crow, blah blah blah. But I'm like,
I think it looks good. I'm not going to lie. I saw the trailer for the new one. I was like, that kind of looks good, but also haven't seen the original.
yeah. So maybe it's because of that. but
And they
he's
had
sexy.
Travis Scott in the trailer, and I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, it's such a good song. That. I don't. But yes, that would definitely be me. I would kind of like the idea of, and it wouldn't have worked for Sydney, but I feel like I could have pulled off. Like in the end, I mean, I guess they were probably going to try and do that with Sam in some way, but it's now it's Sydney's 7th legacy film, whatever.
Dude, I saw that
Back
thing.
again.
She there was that tweet that was like, oh god, how was it worded? It was along the lines of that being like a legacy character that's going to explore a trauma, and all the quote tweets were like, she does that every movie. It's the same thing. I was going to retweet it and be like, can we just kill her already? Like, please, just end her.
or just not
7
have her in
movies?
it.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I maybe it was the same tweet I saw, and it was like, because it was like Scream 1 getting over the trauma
Yes,
of
yeah,
her mother, like
yeah,
Scream
it's
2
that one,
getting over the
yeah.
trauma, Scream 3 covers, and it was just like, it was all Sydney's trauma. I mean, yeah, people are always going to want more movies, but just sometimes it's just nice to look back at the things we've got. But no one's remaking Titanic. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't get a sequel to that.
Put Ghostface on Titanic.
Oh my god, can I tell you something? So obviously right now in the UK, we've only gone through one of them, but right now in the UK there's lots of riots going on because everyone's just like crazy.
I saw that video of like
racist.
the dude getting hit with the brick like
Yeah,
5 times.
So ridiculous, all of it. Anyway, I won't go into it, but they're all basically just thick. And there was some woman, and she was at the rally, and she was like, well, look what happened to, it's like the Titanic. Look what happened on Titanic. They
my
put too
God.
many people on that boat, and what happened? It sank. And that's what's happening to our country. And everyone was like, did you watch Titanic? It wasn't
Oh
the
my
amount of people on the
God.
boat. You're just like,
Embarrassing.
embarrassing. Anyway, sorry, let's continue. Enough about we could become the satire hour, who knows? Maybe next week. So
Got to be funny for that, George.
I think I can be funny sometimes.
I'm talking about the whole show.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's rather sad. So my second one, I obviously had to do Chucky. And so
Man, I
I-
kept this off the list for one reason. I didn't want to hear Chucky.
Sorry.
What are
I
you
ha-
bringing Chucky into it for?
because I just said I feel like you would become a doll yourself, but obviously you would have the body of a caterpillar, and it would be given one of Sid's toys, and you'd be like, and he would like carry you round, and he'd be like,
Ew.
"Can die," and then you turn your head and you'd be like, "Yeah, f***ers." Do you know what I mean? Like, I just-
please kill me. End my suffering.
You'd be like Glenn and Glenda's like pet.
Oh, dude, if I looked like Glenn or Glenda, I would myself. I'd find a way to do it. I'd do it Owie Dewey Dembler on myself and off myself. There's no way I'm running around looking like that.
But the plus side is Jennifer Tilly takes you to bed, cuddles you in bed.
Which Jennifer Tilly?
Which Jennifer Tilly would you like? Whichever one you prefer. We can we can cast
Bride.
it. Bride. In the leather.
I had to turn my webcam off like 5 times during that trailer scene just to
Take
grab box of tissues, edit it out in post. Luckily, I didn't have an editor because I would have traumatized them by sending them that footage. How long do you think I would survive in the series? Like 1 movie, 2?
No, I think you'd be 2 full movies, and you'd be killed off in the opening of the 3rd.
That's exciting. I can't wait for that.
Like, I feel like you would be in, like, you'll have infiltrated a family, and they're in a car, and there's a car crash, and you're in the car. And you go flying out the window.
Just an unfortunate opening to the movie, really.
Yeah, and you go flying out, and it ends. Obviously, it'd be like so, like
the start of Mithrigan.
Like what? Oh, Mithrigan. Yeah, literally like that. But it like continues with you like flying like face first into the camera, and you're like, I should have stayed at Toys R Us, and then like it goes into the title. God.
That's why you're not allowed to write movies, bro.
Let me tell you right now, the shit that the shit he remakes and reboots we're getting at the moment, we could
horrible.
do with some original content like this.
When you said I'd be a doll, I immediately got flashbacks to the finale, and I was like, no.
Not that type of doll.
No.
Not a marionette. Never a marionette.
All right. The one I was originally going to start off with, I'm going to save to the end. Because
Okay.
it's a spicy pick.
Lovely.
So I'll go with my second option in my list here, and I've written Barbarian.
Okay.
Now, the plot is essentially the same as the film as it starts out, right?
Yeah.
Except as Tess discovers the underground tunnel, she finds a new room.
Okay.
Now, it's decorated the same as the room with the TV showing like breastfeeding footage and stuff like that, but George is sitting in there. Now,
Right.
I'm not sure why or how George got down there or what he's doing, so I thought it would be a good time to ask you.
What I would be doing. Probably be sat at a computer. I'm doing it right now. It would be
You
this.
can't have a computer down there.
Why?
You can't.
Oh, I would just be. I would be lying. It would be complete.
Do you like how
darkness.
lazy I made that choice?
Just like.
Like,
make me
here's
do
my
it.
idea. What were you doing?
What would I actually do? I would be lying in darkness with just one candle lit flame, like in the corner of the room,
Right.
on the bed that's kind of like a bit funky and musty, and my eyes would be like wide open, and I would be like whispering, like the entire
Ooh.
script of Scream 1 to 4, but just on a
Do you
loop.
think you'd be like chained to the wall or anything?
I'd be chained to the rhythm. No,
God,
Would I
don't
be
bring her up, please. It's a woman's world, and we're lucky to be living in it.
I would.
Katy
I would
Perry's
be-
in the other room trying to like get her reputation back because she's
Yeah.
in like her 3rd flop.
And then
Era.
further down is the poor talent agents of Taylor Swift who just had to release a new thing because Billy and Harley are doing something. So now she
I
has to
saw
release
that. I did see
Yeah.
that.
the demo day 1 tape step. And you're like, girl,
You know what? The mum from Barbarian could be Taylor Swift, and all the little things getting like suction from it being fed are the Swifties.
maybe. Maybe that explains it. Yeah, which explains, yeah, I get it.
The
Okay.
cult.
The cult. But yeah, I would
still don't
probably
know
just
why you're down there, but you're down there for some
because
reason.
I probably went to stay in the Airbnb because I was going to a convention, to a horror convention. And
That's
it's
a good
local.
idea. Yeah, I should
And
have
then
wrote that
obviously, then I found downstairs, because I'm a horror fan, I was like, oh my God, of course. And I'm a white woman. Of course, I would go down into the basement. And so
down. Would Bill Skarsgård have been there?
Bill
do you think?
Skarsgård would have been in me. So that's probably what she would have found in the room. And she's like, why didn't you tell me about this room? And then he's like, I didn't want to share.
Ew.
And also King G, my song, just on repeat on a low like record player.
Okay, now that sounds like it would be torture. Even for you, who is the artist who sang that song. I don't think you'd want that on repeat.
It's not like it's too much of an upbeat song like at night.
Yeah,
like
but
before
okay, it's an upbeat song, great. Is it
like
an
it.
upbeat song the 200th time you've heard it?
Yeah. It would be like the song from, American Horror Story in Asylum. Dominique, no.
No, we had different. The name game.
Yeah, you're thinking of that one. I'm thinking of the one that's always on. But yeah, I would be in the room probably just like, or I'd just be like, pretending I'm being interviewed like for my press tour after I get out. That's what I'd be doing.
Would you drink the milk?
I mean, I've drank worse, so yeah. So yeah, I would probably drink the milk.
Yeah, that's
If
fair. I mean, it's a bit of calcium, secondhand calcium.
Yeah, I mean, never judge a book by its cover. The inside of it could be stunning. She could have great tubes. Do you know what I mean?
It's not something I thought about, but now I am. And
There
you
you
know
go.
what? You could be right. There's a
Thank
reason
you.
why the father was still down there suckling. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Okay. Well, thank you for letting me give you your answer. Okay. So my next one is Saw.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I've said.
I was gonna have one for you about Saw, but I didn't know how graphic I could be, so I didn't do one.
So I just said that I feel like when Jigsaw or Billy, because everyone's like, it's not Jigsaw, it's Billy. I'm like, shut the up, you freak.
It's John.
That's not Billy's the puppet, but only the puppet when it's in person. When it's on screen, it's Jigsaw Billy. Like, get it
John
the last
Kramer.
apart from the last movie, all the ones before the last three before that were terrible. Anyway, I said I feel like you'd wake up in the room and it would be like,
Hello, Booker. I want to play a game.
I feel like when Jigsaw Billy would have before
When
he did even
Jigsaw Billy.
I put Jigsaw / Billy because I'm like
He
people-
literally did that to not upset people when
to
he
not
read it
upset
out.
people, so you're welcome. I feel like Jigsaw Billy, before he'd even began talking, I feel like you would have yourself. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you just been like, do you know what? I'm not
There's no
dying
way.
in pain.
There's
What's
no
the
way.
point? The 1 in 10, the 1 in a million chance that you get out without
100%.
having some sort of trauma.
I would see Amanda or that rock up in a pig mask. I'd be like, you know what? I'll do it myself. Just give me what I need. I'll do it right now. There is
Yeah.
no way in hell I am waking up in a trap. And if
No.
I do, I'll just wait it out. I'll just go, okay, find a way to calm my anxiety down, bring
Yeah.
down the BP, and let it happen. There's no way I'm doing one of those traps. I can't even stub my toe on the table without like falling over. Like,
What's the worst trap as in like in the film franchise? You're like, ugh,
so I've watched up till 4.
Fat Four.
And
Okay.
Dude, they're all bad.
I mean, for me,
The needle pit's bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a bad
for
one.
me,
Ugh.
I hate that one just because.
The start of Saw 4 with like the sewn eyes shut and the mouth being shut is gross. Because
yeah.
I mean, if you have your eyes closed, like sealed like that, that's horrifying. But if you can
Yeah.
see what's happening, that's a little better, despite not being able to speak. I'm surprised they haven't done one where like you have to like peel your toenails or that off.
Ooh, yeah.
I could see that being disgusting, but they haven't done it.
No.
They haven't done one where you have to like peel your fingernails or toenails off or something like that. I think that would be the worst one if they did that, or pull like a tooth out, pull all your teeth out. Like,
There's, yeah, I just. What would you be in there for?
probably tax evasion or something. Probably.
You thought you could mislead the government.
Yeah, it's just
sees you.
it's actually just the tax guy. It's not even Billy. He's just found the voice modulator. You know what? John Kramer would probably put you in there for just fucking littering. So who knows? Who knows what you'd be in there for? It's like the constant memes about Batman. Like you jaywalk, you walk across a red light, and Batman will show up that night and beat you up.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's the same with like John or Jigsaw or Billy. No matter what you do, if he finds out you did something wrong, you're in trouble.
I would just continue. It'd be like the horror hour. You would just struggle for content. You'd be like, well, I guess it's because of this.
Ironically, our show is also on a timer. We just don't know when it's going to go off.
Yeah. It's going to be a surprise for everyone involved. But yeah, so that would what I think would happen. So I think you would just be like, I'm not thanks, but I'm all right.
I
don't need to learn anything,
literally
I'll
wouldn't
just
make
go.
it. I would be dreading what I would even wake up in. Like, Because half the people that get kidnapped or that aren't aware of what they're being kidnapped for until they're in the trap.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying.
I think the butterfly cage, is that...
Oh, yes.
Okay, it has, yeah.
Yes.
That was
Ugh.
horrendous. I think that and the mouth and the face
The
hugger one, or whatever it's
iconic
called.
reverse
Yeah,
bear trap.
bear trap. I think those two would just pain-wise must be horrendous.
See, for Saw 4, I saw someone talking about one of their worst traps ever would be the Ice Cube one that crushes the guy's head. And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
it would literally be instantaneous. What do you like?
Yeah,
you
I wouldn't like
you
a
wouldn't
crushed
feel
stomach.
anything.
Yeah.
You're
But I like-
dangling and then dead.
I feel like one the way you're being crushed, as something's coming down onto you or something, would be horrible. Because
Yeah,
you
like
would
a
have
slow wall or something.
yeah, you would have a moment of
like
just
your arm just ugh.
yeah, and then you're like no, and just all your ribs crushing and
But the key with that sort of thing, though, right, is if you have two moving walls like this going in,
yeah,
just stand as straight as possible and wait until the end and just let it kill you. Don't try and push the wall back with your arms because your arms are going to break. Don't try and squeeze yourself sideways. Just wait it out and die.
and that's what I thought you would do. You wouldn't even get to that point. And you would just get.
Yeah, dude, Jigsaw doesn't even need to try and get me. I'll be there.
Are you looking quite Jigsaw today with your red hoodie?
I do a little bit. I should have put my mask on. I don't know where my Jigsaw mask is, but it's somewhere.
It just pops its head round the corner.
Don't f***ing do that. That'll scare the shit out of me.
You can't do that in edited. Okay, well, yes. So that is my Saw 1.
I like it. That was good.
Thank you.
You'd leave feeling sore.
Hello. Mine looks very much like the cat from A Quiet Place Day 1.
A lot of people have been asking me to react to that, and I'm like,
should.
brother, my schedule, 1, no, and 2, they just want to see it because that cat always interrupts me.
Yeah,
And it'll
and
be
you
like,
should.
What's
But the cat should be
situation?
with you for the whole thing because the cat's in the movie.
Did you not see the thing I posted on Twitter with him beating the shit out of me?
Yeah.
Okay, 45 minutes, okay. That cat would kill me in a situation like that where aliens come down and react to
Yeah.
sound. That cat would be the reason I'm dead.
Wow. I love the way that he's still just standing in the corridor. So go on then, Pugger. Tell us your next one.
So, what's one of your favorite found footage movies?
Oh my god, you're gonna. Well, Hell House is my favorite, and then
Okay, well that's not the one I picked.
okay, and then Diary of the Dead, and
That's not the one I picked.
then the Taking of Deborah Logan.
That's not what I picked.
Okay, hang on, wait. Oh, Wreck,
No, that's not what I picked.
Blair Witch Project.
No.
Really? What film did you pick?
I picked Paranormal Activity, the
Oh,
marked
my
ones.
Okay, yes. So sorry. Yes. I didn't know if you'd seen the Paranormal Activity film, so I was trying to think of the most blatant.
I haven't
obvious.
seen the marked ones. I've only
the best
seen
one?
the first Paranormal Activity. But I've decided to change this movie up into a parody film.
Okay, like a haunted
And
house.
it would, instead of the Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, we would
Yeah.
call it Paranormal Activity, the farked ones.
Yeah.
Also that means f***ed, like f***ed. I thought that would get a better response from you. I'm kind of embarrassed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
that you
were-
just kind of chuckled and then just didn't acknowledge it.
Well, at
I thought
first-
it was clever. It was clever wordplay, but don't worry.
I
it's
thought
fine.
you were saying. I thought you were saying F it. So I wasn't. The it was.
You didn't even call me out if I did. You're just like, yeah, just let him
I
say
was
it.
like, that's why I was like chuckling. I was like, oh yeah. And then when you said oh, F I was like, oh
No,
I love
Paranormal Activity, the f***ed ones, all right?
Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. F***ed with an accent. I haven't seen the marked ones, just the original movie, but this is a parody film. Instead of it being called marked ones, it would be called the f***ed ones. And
yeah.
we've all seen the spirit orbs that float around George's room during episodes. So this would have to happen in the film. So this would
Okay.
be our plot. This is what we would focus on. We would set up cameras around George's house to capture these orbs and anything else that happens in his house. Unfortunately, we would not be able to show much of the footage because George is one messy motherfucker. It would be a lot of wanking. We would get an R rating. He can never open any of his drawers on film. None of them are allowed to be open. None of the cupboards. we pretty much wouldn't be able to show George the entire film.
No.
Not him with his pingers or poppers or anything like that. We got to be careful with all that stuff. We'll get a drug rating. So I don't know how much of George we can actually show, but we can have cameras around his house to pick up some paranormal activity. And this is where George's messiness and things come into play that turns it into a parody film, and why I've given it the title of the f***ed ones. Because he's one of the f***ed ones. I genuinely think this could be a fun time though, and this would actually be a fun movie.
It would just be a case of like me constantly moving that, like pushing the camera slightly left or slightly right every time. They're like just
adjusting the lighting a little. Just
like
the lighting falling off the monitor.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah.
Is my sound okay? Is my sound okay?
Okay. Like just the mic bursting with like the
mic
level.
gain, the mic peaking. Just like
chocolate.
me
Me with the box of the chocolate dog.
Yeah, things like that, like him just sitting there. So there would be like 3 stages. There would be like George fucking around with the cameras and equipment to make sure he looks perfect and everything like that. And then there would be a stage where he has an edible, and then an hour later he's
and I'm like,
then we're just watching him do whatever he does when he's high, which I assume would be PG, I hope. But
yeah, it pretty much is. It's usually listen to music, listen to like YouTube like music combinations that are called like you wake up at 3 a.m. And you're all alone. Like, and it's like
you're one of those
like
people
that.
that's like listen to this and fall asleep in 5 minutes. And you're like,
yeah.
You're the top comment. I didn't even make it a minute, guys.
But some of these videos, like, I'm like, oh my god, like they're amazing. You should try it. Like, I have my lights like this, and I put the headphones in, and like read the comments, and all the comments are like, I'm sat in my bed, it's 4 a.m. and I'm moving tomorrow. The heavy weight of my life, and everyone's just like writing these like stories, and I'm just like, oh my god, I love it. And the people are like, you're not alone. We're all here together tonight. I'm just like,
you can do it. It's like the inspirational ones.
Every day's a learning day, and tomorrow's the future. And I'm just like, oh my god, it is. So I'm usually doing that, or I'm watching Doctor Who and crying. Very rarely I'll watch psychedelic videos. One time I watched the most amazing psychedelic video, and it was just like, shapes and things. And all I'll say is, by the end of it, it wouldn't have been PG-13. I don't know what happened. But
you get turned on by a square?
It was insane.
Bro, the edges on this thing's making me edge. Holy
I was like, I'm in the time vortex. This is sexy.
You can never look at a circle the same way again.
Absolutely not. We're all just a shape in the end, aren't we?
Yeah, and this is where it stems from. You were sitting there high as hell and you were like, bro, I'm a shape? Holy shit, the guy I like's a shape? I think I might have a thing for shapes.
It's just shapes. Just love them.
Well, do you know we have a biscuit in Australia called Shapes?
All right. And what does shapes look like?
Wait.
You got one?
Some in the cupboard.
No way. See, this is given paranormal activity.
Shapes.
Oh, okay. We have something similar, but I don't know what they're called.
Shapes, man.
Yeah, we have got
Turn
something
the camera
similar.
off, pull your pants down.
Barbecue as well, my favourite sauce. Jesus, we're having fun tonight.
I'll send you a box.
Thanks. It costs about $7,000. Thank you. Okay, so the forked ones.
The ones, yeah.
I love it. Okay.
I was actually proud of that one. That's my most creative one, I think.
Is that the one that you left because you said it was
Nope.
the most... Oh, okay. Fine. Well, this might work well then, because my last one is... It's not spicy, but slightly spicy. And of course, I had to go with the human pugapede.
No!
Is that yours?
No, I had the human centipede. You can't do that.
Oh my god, maybe we're in it together. Maybe our director said like the biggest collaboration of all time.
Dude, that's literally my last one. That's the
That's
one I was going to
crazy.
start with.
Well, it's all right. We can both do it. It's fine because it might.
No, because what if it's the same prompt?
No, it won't be. You will have put something. Mine's nice. So I'm at the. I know that I'm at the back of yours. Mine is.
I don't like that everyone thinks I'm a nasty. I don't like it.
Mine just says that you would probably be at the front, and therefore you'd be content.
That's it.
Yeah, you're just like, you know what? I haven't got to eat. Yeah, the food's not great, but at least it's not my own shit. and maybe Jennifer Tilly's the one behind
Has to be Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
She's my literal hall pass. Like,
As
she
in
is my
Haley
hall
Steinfeld, the
pass.
one who's in Hawkeye. Is that who
Yep.
that is? Okay.
Yep. My hall
Okay.
pass.
Love. Well, who's
Yep.
your wife's hall pass?
Harry Styles, Chris Evans.
She's got a list.
I could literally keep going on, man.
Like actually,
Paul
everyone
Rudd.
apart from me.
A lot of Marvel actors.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, never
I
mind.
could keep going down. It's crazy.
And we don't want to see Pugger go down.
I love Haley Steinfeld that much. I got sad when she cut her hair short like the other week. I was like,
Like, babe,
I was like, oh.
this isn't you. Oh my god. But yeah, I just thought like you'd be at the front and you'd be like, well, I guess that's it. And then you'd just be like, come on, folks.
So you want my take on this?
Yeah.
Okay. So my last pick was Human Centipede, and this is why I said it was spicy. I can't believe we had the exact same pick. That's
We're so in sync.
that's crazy. So who would be in this centipede? I have written George, Yutaka, and Liam. Since David and Nick have both left the show,
Yeah.
they would not be in this centipede. Now, the reason why you have been put in this centipede is because of the podcast topic, right?
Okay.
Because I had to come up with a narrative. So yes, technically
Yeah.
that makes me the scientist who
You're
did
the
it.
same. Yeah.
I'm the scientist. Now I don't think I'd be as mean to the people in the centipede as the guy in the movie is, but then technically I have sewn you ass to mouth.
Yeah.
It's probably the meanest thing you can do, really.
It's up there.
Now, the issue I had here with this whole thing is I wasn't sure where to place people. So I'm giving you the choice, and you're not allowed to be in the front.
You're not giving me you give me a half a choice.
No, I'm giving you 2/3 of a
So
choice.
either way is the worst. Like, I'd rather be the middle because at least then I can shit in someone's mouth. Do you know what I mean? Like the one at the
I
back.
thought you'd take some time to process it, not immediately be like, yeah, in the middle one so I can shit in someone else's mouth.
Yeah, like I'm not being the one at the back who has to deal with two lots of shit. Like at least.
So who would you put in the front?
Liam, because he's a vegetarian.
I can see him going like red in the face.
Liam, because he's a
I feel like
vegetarian.
he's about to vomit.
He's about to. No, I'm not.
So you
Or
put
maybe
poor
Yutaka
Yutaka
just-
at the end. His
But
poor
then
knees.
Yutaka's always going on about like.
It's one actually
himself.
putting Yutaka at the end is one way to shut him up, right? He won't be able to talk if he has his mouth sewn shut to your ass.
And I just. I know even not the
The
shit.
stuttering,
The shit wouldn't even be the worst thing for him. The worst thing would be the fact that he was attached to me. That would be the horror for him. I suppose though it depends because if person is feeding us,
Well, the
whatever-
person is me. I would cater, 7 days, right, in a week.
yeah, correct. Well done.
I would have it 2-day intervals, right?
Yeah.
Liam is obviously at the front of this line. I don't know if he'd be happy with that. I'm sure he probably
He would
is.
love it.
For 2 days, he gets to pick what meals he has.
Mm-hmm.
Right? For the next 2 days, you get to pick which meals you have. Now, your question would be how...
Is that what it would be? I wouldn't be able to
The
point
thing
because
I was
I'm on my
about to
knees.
say... The thing I was about to say was... Yes, you're probably wondering how you're going to communicate how to do your meal. And then
We're
you
so
lean over and
intrigued.
went... You would write it down, yes, right?
Yeah,
So
okay.
then... And then Yutaka, if he even makes it to the end of the week.
He would have himself probably.
Well, in the movie, that's what happens. The
then
last
from-
person dies from fucking sepsis poisoning.
Yeah, because the other two are dead, aren't they?
No,
the one in
just
the
the,
mid-
just
oh,
the
no,
one
the
at
one
the
at the
back is, I'm pretty
No,
sure.
the one at the front gets his throat slit, doesn't he? Or does he
yes,
himself?
so-
Does he get his throat
yes,
slit?
sorry,
I
the
think-
one at the front himself. The one at the end dies because she's eaten essentially processed shit twice.
Yeah, I mean the one in the middle is the one who dies of like sepsis because she's already dead, isn't
Yes.
she?
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
it's such a
that's it.
horrific movie. I'll never forget being at school and somebody like I was probably maybe I was like year 9 when it came out or something, And
It
everyone
was
was like,
2009, I think it came out.
yeah. And I remember people like, oh my God, have you heard this Human Centipede movie? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what is it? And they were like he ties people together. Now, in my head, I saw an image of a human with a centipede's head. That's what I saw when they called the Human Centipede. And I was like, oh, so it's like
such
a
an
person
interesting
walking
person.
around with a centipede's head on. That's crazy.
And you're like, what? When's this happened in the movie? Because
Yeah,
have I watched the wrong thing?
And then I remember finding it on like torrents. I was like, oh my God. And I remember
Yeah.
watching it. And I remember it probably was at the time the most just insane movie I'd watched at that point.
You were like, 1 star, where the was the caterpillar head? Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
I thought this was about like a poor lad who had a caterpillar head who got bullied at school. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he becomes friends with like a daisy or something, and it's like a bit more autistic. But
I can't imagine your surprise when you realized what you're actually
and then
watching.
I was like, well, what is it? Although the house, stunning, that pool.
Oh, the house is amazing. I'm pretty sure the director or the screenwriter or something was, I think he's in jail.
Tom Six, the director, I think he's a bit.
Someone on that crew got outed as a predator and is in jail
Wow.
or something.
I mean, honey, look at the material. And the fact that the first one was 100% medically accurate. Also, that's what that
I
was.
didn't
what
know
it,
that.
I didn't think it was, but that's what that was the tagline for it. The second one, did you watch the second one?
No, I've literally set a price for the second one. Someone needs to pay me like $200, $300 and I'll do the second one.
Honestly, think
I'm not
that
doing it.
Terrifier 2 has nothing on the second Human
I've
Centipede
literally
movie.
said like multiple times, amount of people who have asked me to do a follow-up, I'm like, I'm not doing it unless I am paid to
Yeah.
watch it. There is no way in hell. I've heard some of the subtext and shit that goes on in that movie. I'm not watching that. No way.
It's crazy, and it's in black and white. It just takes you out. The third one was horrendous. It was just a bad film.
I know the third one, it's like a prison and it's just all the inmates. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we just lost the plot. Okay.
I think in that one he was just like, I'm going to take the piss now, and it was more like.
I mean, you
comical
may as
than-
well like
Yeah.
have
'Cause
fun.
I
with
think
it.
after
I
the
mean,
second film, they were like, you can't do anything like that again.
we literally will not be able to release this
Yeah.
if you do that again.
We can't even put it on the dark web.
But I did like what South Park did parody-wise with Human Centipede, if you ever saw that.
I saw clips of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like Apple's terms and conditions, and it was commentary on people just essentially accepting terms and conditions without reading them.
Yeah.
And that's how the kids ended up in the centipede. And oh, so good. They're so funny. I love South Park. But yeah, the way they parodied it was amazing.
Yeah.
I could see like Scary Movie parody doing something with it as well, but like I don't know how they would.
I would do it. It would bring back Ray,
would.
and it would be like a gay like thing where he's like, they come in, like Brenda's like, who's in there? He's like, no one, and it's like them just
I could
walking
see
around.
that. I could see that.
That would be the best way
Ray
to do it.
f***ed me.
I miss. Well, that's because they weren't in the others because they only did the first two, didn't they? The Wayne brothers.
Yeah, they were in the third one.
No. Okay, because
That
Kevin
made me
Hart
sad.
was in the third one, wasn't he? And was he in the fourth one as well? Yeah, Kevin Hart and what's the guy from Scream 4?
The guy from Scream 4.
He was the police officer in Scream 4, and he's the one who's with Kevin Hart in Scary Movie 3. He was like, well, how could he be dead if he was already alive?
Is that the one that gets the knife in the top of the head? No.
Yeah, the one who gets stabbed in
Yeah?
the front of the head, and he's
Oh,
like,
that's the same
Bruce
guy.
Willis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the rapper one, and I'm like,
Oh,
He is
no.
he's
No.
not in that. He's not in Scream 4. What are you talking about?
No, it's Kevin Hart and him are in 3
Oh.
and 4. But I preferred the first two with the Wayne brothers. Are just
Yes, they are
so much better.
amazing.
Like if it comes back as, which it should, as Scary Movie and takes the piss out of Scream and Halloween and all that,
Mm-hmm.
then I would obviously it needs Anna and
Yeah, 100%.
Brenda. What's her name? Regina Hall. It would need both of them, and it would. I think the Wayne brothers. Those four could come back, and it could be so.
Do you
good.
think it would be as successful today as it was in the 2000s?
I think it could do really well because I think if they just were like, we're going to do it as if it was the year 2000 again.
Yeah. You don't think it would be like Maxine, where people talk about for a day and then don't speak about it ever again?
Well, honey, in my house, I am Maxine. When she sat down on that trailer edition thing, and she's like, you can read the lines," and she's like, "I know the lines, thank you." That's literally me with every.
That is you, 100%.
Like my friends were saying, I think Liam said it the other day. He was like just mesmerized at the fact that most, like, if somebody says a movie or a TV show, I could
You just
probably
know it.
give you something, a line from it.
My autism is my superpower.
Literally. But I'm happy that I got that autism and not like social. I do get socially awkward, but not like I have other autistic friends who are like more on like that scale where they find it difficult to have a conversation. I got autism that's not as like detrimental to you know, like social anxiety. Like I do get that, but yeah, I'm thankful that I kind of mine's just like, hey, do you want to?
I like movies.
Yeah, it's like, do you like mine's just like fixed. I have like a fixation. My like top thing is it's not the social part. It's the fixation on things.
Yeah, right.
Like, that is my.
Yeah, you haven't got like a deplorable one like you have like a masturbation addiction or something. That's detrimental. Like something like that, you would never focus or anything.
Like a chronic wanker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how we started talking about that, but we did.
We're talking about Human Centipede, scary movie, blah blah blah.
Autism,
then we went on to
chronic
about,
wanking.
like, yeah. And now it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching this evening. We hope you enjoyed. Please let us know in the comments below. Give us some other suggestions. Let us know what you pick movies
please
for us, and let us know what you think.
Liam's starting to get upset because he doesn't know what to make topics about, and it's getting difficult. Please help us.
Oh no, I was saying let them comment about other movies for us to star in and what we would do. But also, yeah, do let us know some of the
Was I right though? My voice is kind of disappearing by the end of the episode.
We'll definitely have to do another ranking video, like ranking a franchise. Maybe one that Pug has seen this time, because usually we can't do them with Pug.
What franchises I've actually seen in full.
Other than the obvious one.
I don't remember what.
Which one did we do when we were the three of us were really high?
What episode was that?
The one where I was like, where we couldn't get.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember what topic it was.
And I was like, we've done it.
It was just Utaka sitting there while we were all fucked.
Yeah,
and he was just having to like try and mediate everything so it made sense.
I was like, we've done this before about Final Girls.
Now I'm going to be fixated on trying to find what it was.
Final Girls and horror villains we've done. We'll find it, guys. We're not leaving until we find this. Tier list ranking of horror franchises. We ranked all the horror franchises.
Yeah, it wasn't one franchise.
We were like, let's not start low. We were like, let's just do all of them.
That's why I was like, what the hell was it? Because I'm pretty sure there were ones you guys were talking about that I hadn't seen, so I just got up and did some other stuff.
Oh, you were like walking about because we talked about. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But the ghost is like taking my. Let me get.
See, this is what Paranormal Activity the ones would be.
Just like we don't want to see just me like being like, hey guys, welcome to the horror hour.
The spirits in your house are like, please, bro.
So, like he looks.
Have you actually had any like paranormal activity happen in that room?
Yeah, the first night I moved into this house 7 years ago, I literally went to bed and someone said, George.
The first night?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, there's something here, great. And then we found out, like, I'll have to send it to you. I made like the beginning of it.
It's not like your little thing you did with Liam that was all fake.
That I
had
didn't
me stressed for like 3 days.
Liam was doing things he shouldn't, and now he's paid the price. I always hear somebody walking up and down the hall. Like I'm just like, oh, well. It is what it is. And
anything recently?
I mean, it's usually just like sounds, but I always think
you have a crazy amount of orbs that like float past your camera.
Well, there was like 3. It was like so a woman died in this room. She was an old woman, and she died from like some sort of ailment. She was old. And then when she passed away, when she passed away, her husband, the room underneath me used to be the garage, and her husband went down and turned the car over in the garage and killed himself. And so they're old people, so they're just like moving about. They're just like
they probably don't even understand the technology that's in the wife's old room. She's just floating past, going, "What's that little camera you got set up?"
They're like, That's a.
I'm going to get myself cursed by speaking poorly about her. I just want to say she's just curious, that's all.
I don't know, but yeah. So
When
it's
your
never felt
camera, like, when
malevolent.
your light falls off the monitor, it's just her floating past. Going,
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
She's like, that light's in my way there. It's always on. You're always sat in that chair. She probably thinks I'm the ghost because I'm just constantly here talking to a screen. She's like, I think he's the one with the problem. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed us, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. so
Not
never
if you
miss an
enjoyed us, just
episode.
give us one. Just leave a
just
like.
please. It doesn't take a lot. And also, if you want, there's a Patreon where you can get early access to these, and you do watch-alongs. We just did one today for Quiet Place Day 1, so they're always at the end of each month, and you get to vote with those. But that's fun. And also, don't forget to check out Pugger on his channel, where he's reacting to all sorts of bits and bobs. What's coming up on the channel that you can talk about?
Hell House LLC.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you
got
watched it?
recorded. I have.
Oh my god.
Did not f***ing like it at all. Like, because it scared. I watched it at
Okay,
night. It
good.
scared the shit
I
out
think
of
it meant
me.
it wasn't a good movie. Like, to me, it's one of the best fan footage movies.
Deadpool 2, Gremlins 2, and then we're ramping up Spooky Season, and Spooky Season's going to be a banger. We got Sinister, we got The Mist. We got some bangers because I need the revenue.
Well,
We got to get back out of our flop era, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
if Taylor can do it, so can we. Well, there we go. So go and check him out. And if you want to see spend the next 6 years of your life with me watching Buffy and Angel, then come on over because we're going to be there for a long time. Actually, no. To be fair, I'm halfway through season 4 of Buffy, and there's 7 seasons. But it's
You put
American.
out Buffy more than I put out Breaking Bad, so that's respect to you. So
I
good work.
do. Well, now it's changed because it was 2 Buffys a week, and now it's 4 episodes a week. So
Yeah,
you get
you
Buffy,
do.
Angel,
You do
Angel, Buffy.
crazy.
But I used to be 12 weeks ahead. Now
See,
I'm a month
the
ahead.
fucking it just flew past the camera. Then
Well, she probably wants me to go to bed. She's like 2 o'clock in the morning. She's like, I can't sleep with all this racket.
I like how casual you are about it too. All right.
Well, I've had ghosts all my life. In my first house, I used to get woken up all the time if someone tapped me on my shoulder.
You
I'd be
need,
like,
you need to fucking stop. You need to sort yourself out.
I genuinely think it's because, well, I mean, because I'm a little bit like, but I always think because I was born on Halloween when the veil
Yeah.
between the thing is thinnest, that they're
Yeah,
just like,
right.
oh my god, they're like, I'm alabaster white. They're like, is he one of us?
I don't like how comfortable you are with what happens, but it's just you.
Can't do anything about it.
Anyways, that's where we're going to end it. If you want to see the after hours, there's an after hours where George is by himself. And actually, no, he's got orbs.
I was on my own and I watched an episode. I watched a short horror movie on YouTube called Let Me In, little 20 minutes. So we watched it together. So it's something
Ooh.
different.
Cute.
So, yes.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.